This story here today, well, first of all, I haven't been here in a minute, so I apologize. This story right here, this story is something that I'm probably not like the most proud of telling, to be honest with you. I've honestly been contemplating, like, damn, probably shouldn't tell this story, but for people to understand, and if you don't understand, it is what it is. The thing is, each gender, I guess, would have to try to find an understanding or not. So, point being, I moved to Atlanta around 2018, and I had got this job at Home Depot. I was doing IT work, IT over the phone. So basically, they would call, they would say something's broken, and we had to fix it. So with that came a lot of challenges, problems, and whatever the case is while I'm trying to find my way. But right now, I'm just trying to make money. To paint you a picture, deep down, the type of person I am, first of all, I'm a very nice person. Secondly, I'm a very cocky person, but it depends. Like, my environment means a lot to me. So if I'm in an area that people don't really know me like that and there's really nothing to prove, then I'm quiet and I'm respectful. People might take it a shot, but I just be watching the room. In other situations, if it's like a rap type environment or something along that nature, then it may go a little bit deeper than that. Around my friends, we're all talking shit. So with this job, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but quite a few people didn't really know me. Of course, I was really quiet and I was trying to make my money. And one of the friends that I made, emphasis on quotes with friends, quote unquote, is a guy I met named Xavier. And Xavier, Xavier is missing a front tooth, and I'm not here to bash anybody who's missing teeth and things like that. I've been through some things, so I'm not here to do that. But he was a guy that was missing a tooth, and I guess he had like a false tooth or something that he would pull out, put back in, stuff like that. He had a lisp. He was about 5'2", 5'3", somewhere around there. And he was from New York. And the attitude he had was he was kind of cocky a little bit, but you couldn't really figure out the reason for him being cocky. It was like, yo, you're not even like, you wouldn't even be a type of guy. I feel like just pull a bunch of women. And a lot of other people thought the same, but we're all like being respectful. So it's like, just a bunch of people we just met. And it's like 4 or 5 people in the room. We're in a classroom. We just got hired. We're trying to get out there and go on to the floor. To the floor, make some money. Become employees or whatever the fuck. So you do a classroom and then, go onto the floor, take tests and things like that. So while we're in the classroom, everybody in the room was cool except for him. um, he tried to make things hard on people, especially me. So around this time, I'm actually homeless and I'm living in my truck. So I'm not really open about giving people rides and things like that. But he tried to talk his way into, oh man, let's go to the store down the street. Let's do this, let's do that during like break times. And they take breaks pretty seriously. I needed a job and I'm not the type to be late for certain things, but fooling with him, fuck around, be late. They had grace on us, so it's like, I didn't really get any trouble or nothing like that. But, you want to set a good precedent if you're trying to make money and not get fired. So we ended up doing those type of things for maybe like a week. And then it was just like, yo, I got to distance myself from this dude. And because he didn't care about his job, I was homeless. I did. And my apartment lease was coming up in about a month or two. So I needed money to pay for that deposit. And the point of the story I wanted to get to was this. There was this one day we was in class and class was over and I guess he needed a ride to the crib or something like that. So I was like, sure. He literally lived down the street. One turn out of the campus area. This is in Marietta, Smyrna area. And then about if you drive 5 minutes down the road and take another turn, you're basically at his apartment. You gotta find the apartment, but still it's like 5 minutes down the road. I believe it was Cobb Parkway if I'm not mistaken. So when we were driving out there, he was like, yo, man, we can smoke, this, that, and the other. I'm like, cool, whatever. I'm homeless. I'm like, I ain't got shit to do, so why not? We make it to his crib. We walk in the door, and a girl is sitting right there on his couch. And he walks in first. I'm walking right behind him, and she's mugging this nigga. She just mugging him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit. He says, "What's up?" Because he seen the look. "What's up? You ain't tell me you was gonna bring somebody over." He was like, "It's just one person. It's a guy from work, man. Damn." And so she like gets up with her stank face and walks to the back room. So he's like, "Yeah, man, we just gonna roll up. You might get on the game real quick, something like that. You know what I'm saying?" So I was like, "Bet." I'm sitting down in the living room area. Around this time, I think I'm homeless for about, let's see, a few weeks, something like that. Maybe a month. Yeah. About a month in. She goes to the back, like I said, and he's finna roll up or whatever. And he gets to his PlayStation. So, he goes to YouTube because guys like to watch sports and stuff like that. He goes to YouTube. I'm not saying a word. I'm just minding my business. And then you see Stephen A. So if you pull up YouTube, there's like different videos that you can pick. So there's probably about 10 or 12 videos you could pick with ESPN and other things, whatever the fuck podcast was popular back then. A bunch of selections, things that he's watched, but they're new videos of them. So he doesn't click one. I guess he plans on going back in the room, get what he needs to get, come back out. So next thing I hear, and this is the bad part. Next thing I hear is the girl yelling. I was going to say screaming, but yelling would be more of the term with this one. "Get off me, get off me, get off me, I'm calling the police. Get off me, don't hit me, blah, blah, blah." Like, it was just, and I was just like, what the fuck did I just walk into? And it was so awkward for me because I ain't never been in a situation like this. I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Damn, I shouldn't even have been here. I don't even fuck with the nigga like that. I already knew he's a bad influence. God damn it, bro. This shit gonna go bad. So I'm just like puzzled. Bro, the yelling and shit went on for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes is a long time, y'all. 5 minutes is a real, if you put your timer on 5 minutes and just sit there and watch it tick, that shit a long time. If you hear somebody yelling for 5 minutes or you get in a fight for 5 minutes, that shit a long fucking time, bro. So my stupid ass, I'm thinking, fuck, do I call the police? Can't call the police, man. Do you leave? Maybe you can leave, but I don't know, man. You gotta see this nigga at work. So I'm just puzzled. I don't know what to do. And so all that stops. He's like, "See, you hurt my hand. Some, you hurt my hand." So apparently he was beating on a chick. From what I'm hearing, he was beating on her. Apparently he hurt his hand in the process. None of this is funny, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know this shit is wild to me. And he gets out and his fucking, I guess like his knuckle of his pinky is swollen. And he's barely moving it. Like, he's really not moving it at all. And he goes in the freezer and he puts ice on his hand. And I'm just like, this shit crazy. Like, I'm in some Ike and Tina type shit. Puts it on his hand, goes back in there. It's quiet. I think I hear her say something about her eye. Goes back, comes back out. Gets more ice. And I'm like, I look at him, but I try not to stare because I'm like, yo, what the fuck, like, am I supposed to do? And the TV is still on the fucking selections of videos. I didn't even know if I should just like grab the controller and just turn something on. It was awkward as fuck for me. I was just like, damn, bro, like. And then he starts going there basically like, saying, "You hurt my hand, blah, 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 this, that, and the other." And then the whole apologetic thing. "I'm sorry, but you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that." And it was fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. It was real fucked up. It was real fucked up. And I was like, yo, Atlanta different, man. And I thought to myself, don't get in anybody's situation. Women, if you think this is egregious, it is what it is. But I gotta let y'all know something. When it comes to a domestic situation with people that you don't know, if it were my kids and they told me about something that had nothing to do with them, I would tell them stay out of it. It's really fucked up. Really fucked up. And the only reason I would say that is because if you're a guy, If you're a guy, if you're a guy, I would probably say that to my son. Daughter, maybe not. Because if you confront another man about his domestic, oh man, you shouldn't be doing that, bro. He might kill you. He might kill you. He beating on her. He might kill you, bro. And you're gonna think to yourself, well, you be dead, but is this really worth dying for? A situation that I ain't got nothing to do with? Call the police. The police gonna say a neighbor called or something, who's the only person in the room. So, that's the thing men have to think about. It's like, damn, do I, like, you either gonna die, you gonna be the op, and I gotta work with this nigga, bro. I'm new to Atlanta, bro. This shit crazy. He from New York. At this point, I haven't even met nobody who's actually from Atlanta, so it was just wild. So, he comes back out, and now he's like, man, bro, bitch is crazy, man. Man, I told that bitch, man. You know how niggas start just going at the mouth, man. You know, I told that bitch, man. You know, she be acting like she my mama or whatever, bro. But shit, man. You know, I don't be trying to be like that, man. And then he's rolling. I'm not saying shit, man. I'm just quiet, bro. I was like, yep, that's me. Yep, it's crazy. Then he rolls up. We go outside because he needs to take a walk because he's frustrated. And they got like this park area thing, like bridge and a gazebo, where the fuck area that you can smoke, I guess. And he's just still talking, man, bro. I don't be trying to hit my girl and shit, man. I do love that girl, man. But you know what I'm saying, man, shit, man. And I had to listen to that for like 15 minutes. I had to listen to that for 15 minutes, bro. And so he's like, the plan was me drop him off at his apartment. It was not involved in me smoking until he added smoking before I dropped him off. And I had to witness a domestic violence situation somewhat. I didn't see anything, but I heard it. Then, while he's smoking and I'm smoking too, I'm high as fuck now. Because when I was homeless, I couldn't smoke. I was sleeping in a parking lots and stuff. So I hadn't smoked in months. So my tolerance level is basically zero. I smoke that shit, I'm high as fuck. Now I gotta think like, damn, am I gonna be able to drive and shit? You know, what the fuck? So, man, this nigga, when we almost get done smoking, like, man, bro, let's go to GameStop real quick. I gotta return some games or some shit like that. I'm like, fuck. All right. So we hop in my whip. This nigga just mad. So we drive off to the Galleria. And we park and we're walking in. Now he's got on this tank top, you know, kind of like what I got on now, a wife beater. That's a fucked up name, especially in this story right now. But he's got on a tank top like I do right now. I don't know. I had like a t-shirt or something on, maybe some joggers or something like that. He had on a tank top and like probably some joggers too. Walk around like he's tough, but he's like 5'2", 130 pounds probably, little nigga. Maybe 120. I don't know. Just think of a skinny version of a 5'2" nigga. But broad shoulder type of guy. Light skin. We walk in the Galleria. Galleria is kind of packed. We go into GameStop. I'm high as fuck. You can tell I'm high as fuck. He's high as fuck. You can't tell he's high as fuck. You can tell I'm high as fuck. Because my eyes show. My eyes show no matter when I'm... Anyway, my eyes show regardless of how often I've been smoking or not. No matter how high I am, it looks like I'm high as fuck all the time. So he's waiting in line, and he picks up the phone. I think there's like 2 or 3 people in front of him. And he's just like, I think it's this girl, and she must have said some shit like, I spent this much amount of money on your card or something like that. I think like $1,000 or something like that. This nigga goes off, bitch, what the fuck you mean you spent $1,000 on my card? And so that nigga's going on a tangent. There's 2 people in front of him. And then there's 1 person in front of him. And the whole time the shit is trying to move forward, slow as fuck, I might add. I'm over there just looking at games, acting like I'm not even with the nigga. Bro, I'm over here like looking at games, and there's like this like 10-year-old kid. And obviously, I'm high as fuck, and the kid's like, oh, this game looks crazy. I said, oh, man, this game is kind of cool, you know. And the kid talking about some other game, and I'm like, nah, that game, you know, man, it's all right, but it ain't even all that. So I'm talking to this little kid, bro. I'm like 29, 28 years old. entertaining a kid because I'm trying to act like I'm not with this nigga. Bro, this nigga still spazzing off on the phone, bro. Hangs up. He's in the front of the line talking about he want to return these games. The person who's helping him that works at GameStop is trying to tell him information or whatever. He picks up the phone during the conversation. She's like, I told my daddy on you or something like that. Something to that extent. And now he's up there pissed, but he's worried at the same time because her daddy or her brother or some nigga knows that he hit the girl. So now he's spazzing out again. Why the fuck would you tell that nigga this and that and the other? Blah, blah, blah. It takes him like 10 minutes to get something returned. The person in front of him got to wait on that nigga and shit. I'm over here still acting like I ain't with the nigga. When he finally returned the shit, he's still on the phone, bro. He like, come on, D. So I'm like, damn, bro. So I'm, all right, man. And before I can say bye to the kid, his dad rolls up and sees that I'm high as fuck. He's like, come on. So the dad don't want to be around a high ass nigga. And maybe he knew I was with Xavier, but I don't fucking know. We fucking finna leave and shit. Walking out of fucking Galleria. If you've ever been to the Galleria, GameStop is a level up. It's the second floor, and then there's the food court. So if I'm not mistaken, you have to go down the escalator and walk through the food court, which is not that long of a walk, but it's a very fucking long walk. If a nigga is cussing on his phone loud as fuck through the food court, he was so fucking loud and I was high. Either three things happen. Either we're walking through and everybody fucking hears this nigga, so they're looking at us like, giving us crazy looks like we're just a disturbance to the peace. Or I'm high as fuck and I think everybody's looking at me and shit. As we're walking through people in line for certain like food stops and Chinese food and shit like that. Or three, both was happening and the shit was fucking awkward, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God, man. So we walk in, finally make it to the truck. This nigga get off the phone, bro. So now I'm driving him back to his crib. I'm making some stupid ass excuse. Yeah, man, I gotta handle something. Trying to get away from the nigga. He like, all right, bet, man, that's crazy, bro. I was hoping that we could have hung out, went to like this little party. I know this little party, but I was like, man, bro, sorry, dog. I got some shit going on. So he was like, damn, nigga, for real? I'm like, yeah, bro. So driving to his crib. It's like 5-minute drive from the Galleria to back to his crib. He's still mad. He gets on the phone, gets off the phone. Now he's yelling at me, man, bro, drive faster. I look at this nigga like, bitch, don't fucking tell. I drive slow, but drive slow means drive the speed limit, especially in Atlanta. I see too many wrecks. I got an old whip, no insurance. So I'm not trying to fuck around getting a wreck. Just me personally, I'm not with all that. I'm not with the driving fast. I'm with whatever gets me to get home safely. And I'm homeless, but you know where the fuck I'm trying to go with this. So I'm kind of pissed off. He trying to talk to me like I'm crazy. Just one time, just once. It only happened once. It wasn't gonna happen the second time. So the thing about this story is a lot of people want to wonder why I ain't do nothing with the whole domestic violence situation or whatever the case is. First of all, it was a very bad night for me. Let's worry about me for a minute. That's a very bad fucking night for me. Like, nigga, I ain't signed up for none of that shit. And it damn sure wasn't gonna happen again. The thing is, man, I'm glad I didn't do what I did. I mean, I'm glad I didn't do what people say I should have done. Oh, I would have. You wouldn't have did shit, bro, because you got to work with the nigga. Especially, anyway, it's not neither here nor there. The point being is, I want to say it was about a week later, we went to the liquor store, which is literally a walk from our job. So, get some drinks, wherever the case is. This nigga's girl, he called his girl to come up to the liquor store. And they're booed up, all this other shit. And I'm like, the fuck is going, nigga? So I'm like, dog, because the whole time she was talking about going back home, going to New York, blah, blah, blah. That's what he's telling me, like, from that crazy day up until the point of the liquor store. So I'm thinking, like, this whole domestic violence shit then got crazy, bro. It's time to go, because she was talking about calling the police, all this extra shit. But y'all together, booed up, all this good shit. She love you, ass out. Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Bro, body bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. His girl body is bad. But Apparently he was staying at her crib. So to me, I don't know what the fuck is going on around Atlanta. I just came to tell y'all that's my crazy ass story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some information. I don't know what you could have learned from that shit, to be honest with you, but it's just something for your entertainment and all that good shit. So once again, my name is Dee Brown. Low Tide, Mississippi, Bruce D. Roy. We out. Deuces. You so dope. Better than a drink in my coat. More like the tree in my smoke. If you wanna rock this boat, then we can ride out. You so dope. I'ma get you into your zone. Then we can be alone. Go ahead and kill your phone so we can ride out. You so dope. What? You so dope. 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 You so
Y'all make sure y'all like, y'all comment, y'all subscribe, cause some funny, some fire stuff is on the way.